In the early 1970s, Venezuela was richer than many European countries. Nigeria was called the giant of Africa. Both discovered oil, both celebrated wealth, both believed the future was secured. But today, one country's currency is almost worthless and the other is racing dangerously towards the same edge. So the question is not about what happens to Venezuela. The real question is Nigeria simply behind on the same timeline? Venezuela and Nigeria are separated by an ocean, culture, and language. Yet their stories read like mirrored chapters on the same book. Both are oil dependent, both have massive populations, both rely on imports for basic needs, both suffer corruption, both blame foreign powers, both struggle with currency collapse. But Venezuela already crashed, Nigeria is still falling. Why this comparison matters? When Venezuela collapsed, Nigerians watched from afar and said, "That can never happen here." Today, Nigerians queue for fuel in an oil producing nation. Their currency loses value every year. Inflation eats wages alive. This is not coincidence, this is pattern recognition. So, this documentary asks one uncomfortable question: is Nigeria and Venezuela facing the same problems, just at different stages in time? To answer that, we must go back to where it all began. If you are a Nigerian or Venezuela, comment your country below before we continue. Oil did not make these countries rich, oil made them lazy. Venezuela discovered oil in the early 20th century and by the 1970s became one of the world's top producers. They have free education, subsidized fuel, strong currency, massive welfare spending. The government believed oil money would never end. Nigeria struck oil in commercial quantities in 1956, but the real boom came in the 1970s. Suddenly, agriculture collapsed, manufacturing died, imports exploded. Oil became over 90% of exports revenue. Nigeria stopped producing what it consumed, it started consuming what it didn't produce. Same mistake, same logic, both governments assumed. Oil will always save us. No diversification, no industrial base, no future planning. Oil became the budget, the foreign exchange, the political weapon, and when oil prices fell, everything else fell with it. Even during boom years, infrastructure decayed, corruption grew, local industries died. The seeds of collapse were planted during prosperity, not crisis. So I want you guys to help me do something. Share this video with someone who still thinks oil will save Nigeria. This is where Venezuela truly broke. The Venezuelan government fixed the exchange rates, pretending the currency was strong, but in reality, there was black market dollar rates. There was shortage of foreign exchange. Importers were locked out. Inflation exploded. Printing money became the solution to every problem. Nigeria also followed a familiar strategy. Nigeria didn't call it currency control. They called it defending the naira. Multiple exchange rates, central bank intervention, dollar restrictions, import bans. The market said the naira was weak, the government said it wasn't, and reality always wins. When governments can't earn enough, they print. Venezuela printed until hyperinflation destroyed salaries overnight. Nigerian prints through ways and means: debt monetization, budget deficits, different names, same diseases but same results, which are savings destroyed, middle class erased, investors flee, brain drain accelerates. Currency collapse doesn't happen suddenly, it happens politically first, then economically. So guys, I want you to answer this question in the comment section. Is the naira's problem mismanagement or global pressure? Venezuela subsidized everything. Nigeria subsidized fuel. Both slide to the people. For Venezuela, fuel was almost free. Food was price controlled. The government promised cheap living forever. But in reality, there was smuggling, there were shortages, there was corruption, and there was empty shelves. Same thing goes for Nigeria. Nigeria spends trillions subsidizing fuel it didn't refine. Refineries collapsed, smugglers thrived, debts exploded. Subsidies weren't for the poor, they were for political popularity. And the politicians fear removing subsidies because the people will protest, the votes will disappear, so they delay the reform until collapses forces it. That's exactly what happened in Venezuela, and this is a warning for Nigeria. Subsidies don't protect citizens, they delay pain and multiply it later. So I want you guys to answer this. Was removing fuel subsidy in Nigeria necessary or premature? Put your answer in the comment section below. This is the human cost. Venezuela's exodus. Over 7 million Venezuelans fled. Doctors became taxi drivers abroad. Engineers became cleaners. Families were separated, not because they hated their country, but because their country failed them. This is exactly what is happening in Nigeria right now. There is japa culture, doctors leaving, students fleeing, professionals relocating. And when talent leaves, recovery becomes harder. Poverty explosion, inflation destroys wages, crime rises, trust collapse, society fractures along class, ethnicity, and politics. This is not economic failure, this is a social breakdown. For those of you watching this video, if you had the opportunity, would you leave Nigeria? Answer honestly, yes or no, and share the video if it reflects conversations you hear daily. Nigeria is not Venezuela, but it is rhyming. Venezuela ignored warnings. Nigeria still has time because we have larger private sector, younger population, regional influence, reform opportunity, but time is running out. What saved countries actually do is they produce what they consume, they respect market signals, they invest in power and industry, they kill corruption systems, not slogans, no miracles, no saviors, only discipline. And this is a final message to Nigeria. Venezuela has shown us the end of the road. Nigeria is still driving. The question is not if Nigeria will change. The question is when and at what cost. So, do you believe Nigeria can avoid Venezuela's fate? Comment yes or no and explain. Subscribe for more hard truth documentaries on Africa and global economics.